Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining us for this special introductory workshop on Master Chua Sui's Pranic Healing online. So today we're going to talk about how Master Chua Sui's Pranic Healing can help improve your health, boost your vitality, and accelerate the healing from common health ailments. Alright, so before we start, let me just give you a little background. I met Grandmaster Chua Sui in 1988. It wasn't by choice. What happened was my wife fell from 14 feet and broke her hip bone. So if you look at a skeleton, you will notice that on the hip area, there's two holes at the bottom. I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't know what it's called. But in her case, the right hip, the bone actually separated like this because of the impact. And we went to the doctor used traction, to pull the leg out. And after 7 days of that, it finally aligned, and the doctor said it'll take 3.5 months before she can even put weight on it. I said, man, that's way too long. So I looked around, and that's when I met Grandmaster Chua Sui. I took this class with him, this pranic healing workshop, I think it was a 2-day course at that time, just like it is now, by the way. So anyway, I took the class. I was really hesitant on taking the class because of my background. I'm an engineer by trade. I studied electrical engineering, so I have a very analytical mind. Then on top of that, I was a very devout Southern Baptist. So you can imagine, because of my background, I was very, very skeptical. So when I entered the class, I was looking around and go, oh, this is a little strange. But anyway, for the sake of helping my wife's hip, I said, okay, I'll take the class. So I stayed there for 2 full days, learned it, practiced it, and worked on her for 3 times a day after I took the class. And in 2 weeks, she could walk. In 5 weeks, she could run. I mean, talk about a shocker. I was surprised she was improving. The interesting part is I did not even feel this energy or this life force that we're talking about. All I did was, go ahead and practice the techniques, and she started to improve. Now, a lot of people ask, why did you even continue when you could not even feel the energy? Well, being an engineer, as long as I see results, I don't really care. Because my limitation does not mean that that person is not receiving the healing energy. So let me give you a little background of how this actually works. So even though I do not feel the energy, as I apply the step-by-step techniques, it works. You see, pranic healing works on what is called a cookbook approach. The interesting part about this is Master Chua, with over 30 years of experimentation and research, noticed with the help of people who could see energy that each element actually has a unique energy pattern. And this energy pattern is manifested in the chakras. So these chakras are energy centers that are all over our body, which allows us to absorb fresh energy and release used up energy. So all I did was essentially open up the manual, the book, that says broken bone, and I just literally follow it. Step 1, clean this. Step 2, put light on this area. Step 3, repeat. So I just followed the protocols, and I noticed she was improving. It was amazing. And I'm thinking, wow, how could this actually work? And then when I talked to people, they had the same results. So pranic healing is what you call protocol driven, or it's a cookbook approach. Because of all the research that Grandmaster Chua Sui has done, we actually have a set of protocols for ailments that people have, at least the common ones, headache, back pain. So you just follow it step by step, and the person starts to improve. So that gives you a little background of how I got into it. So if you're a little skeptical, hey, I was more skeptical than you. But as I see results, then I built on that little success, and then did more healing with my mother, my cousins, and other people, and I start to see improvement. Now, before we continue, why don't we try to feel this energy first? We talk about energy, a lot of classes, a lot of people talk about this life force or energy. Why don't we try to feel this energy with our hands? So follow me, rub your hands together, okay, stretch it out, okay, go like this. This is to increase the blood flow in our body. As most of you who have studied Oriental medicine, there's a saying that blood follows, chi follows the blood. So as you increase the circulation of blood, it increases the flow of energy. So just shake it off. Okay, good. Now rub it together. Now follow me. Press the center of your palm. Press and press. Okay? Now let's just do a simple experiment. Open your palm like this. Focus on the center of your palm. Okay? Everyone exhale. Now inhale, take a deep breath. Hold it and exhale. Okay, open your armpits a little to allow the energy to flow better. Again, take a deep breath. Inhale. Inhale the energy into your hands. Hold and exhale. Inhale again. Hold and exhale. Okay, move your hands like this. Can you feel something in your palms? A lot of people, when they do this, they feel a little weight, they feel a little tingling, they feel a little something. Okay, now shake it off. Now let's try it again, but this time having the palms facing each other. Now in the class, in pranic healing, we call this sensitizing the hands. As you focus on it, do certain breathing exercises, you allow the energy to flow better in between the hands, and most people are able to feel something. All right, so put your hand like this. Relax your shoulders. Okay, relax your shoulders, your arms. Just relax. There you go. Okay, you ready? Focus in the center of your palms. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Now gently bring your hands apart. Bring them closer. Bring them apart. Closer. Apart. And closer. Can you feel that? Now most people, even the ones who are not very sensitive, could feel something. So when I first started, the funny part is I didn't feel even the slightest something. So if you feel something already, you're ahead of the game already. So just do your best. Now what are you feeling? A lot of people, when they do this, they feel a little tingling, they feel a little pressure. Sometimes when people do this, they go, oh, I feel like a magnet in between my hands. So that gives you an idea that this energy, through using the breath, through relaxation, can be sensed by the hands. Okay, keep going. All right, now let's try something else. Shake it off. Okay, open one palm, put one finger like this. Aim it at the palm. You ready? Make sure it's this far, because if you feel something this close, of course you're going to feel something. It's so close. Bring it like this. Okay, ready? Imagine a light coming out of the finger, going to the palm. On the palm, imagine there's a wheel. All right? Let's just have fun with it. Imagine the light is turning the wheel. So go ahead. Turn it in one direction. Imagine the light is turning the wheel. You feel that? Okay, let's try the other way. Now some of you notice it feels different one way than the other. Okay, just try it both directions. This is also to help to stimulate the hand center. Great. Okay, let's try the other hand. Just in case it's a fluke, you know. Okay, one finger. Imagine the light. Open the palm. Imagine there's a wheel here. Ready? Go. Spin. Spin the wheel. Good. The other way. Not bad. Okay, shake it. Now try it again. This time this way. Do you notice it's slightly more sensitive? You still have a little more sensation? Because when you do these very simple exercises, anytime you put your attention to it, it helps the chakra become more active. So try it again. Hold and exhale. Hold. All right, good. Now let's try something else. Shake your hands. Now let's try. Open one palm this way. Take one palm above. Good. Now let's try something. Move your hand clockwise, or at least turn it. Now if you're sensitive, you will notice there's a certain sensation in the bottom hand. Now try the other way, counterclockwise. So what you're doing is you're feeling the energy and the spin of the chakras as you do this simple exercise. Okay? Now let's try the other way. Shake it. Again this way. The other hand. Turn it in one direction. And turn it the other way. Okay, now try to move your hand like this. You will notice it's stronger. So this is the life force or the energy that flows through your body. Okay, now for some of you who are like me who don't feel a single thing, don't worry, just stay tuned, we keep going. All right, but most could at least feel something. And the nice thing about this, even after we finish this introductory workshop, when you're not doing anything, you're watching TV or just relaxing, you can just play with the energy like this, and after a while, when you're not so focused, you will start feeling more. All right, now let's just talk about it. What are the things that people feel? Some people feel like a tingling, like there's electricity. Some people feel like heat. Some people feel like, oh man, there's pressure, it's pushing. So different people feel differently, or experience this life force differently. Do not get attached to the feeling. Some people feel it one way, some people feel it the other way. In fact, when you do this with your friends, some people will feel something at one time and feel something else another time. Okay, we'll talk about this more. Now, let's continue. So that gives you an idea about this life force. Now, just to give you a little background, pranic healing is now in over 60, 70, 80 countries. We stopped counting. A lot of people, after they learn it, they tell their friends, their loved ones, and so there are pranic healing centers all over the world. Now, in addition to that, my teacher, Grandmaster Swakok Sui, has written many, many books, over 30 books. And you will notice in this screen, and you also notice when you come to our website, that he wrote many, many, many books. There's Miracles to Pranic Healing that talks about the fundamentals of pranic healing. There's Advanced Pranic Healing where you use colors, and there's Pranic Psychotherapy on how to use this energy specifically to extract anger, anxiety, phobia energies, addictive energies, and so on and so on. So there are many applications of how to use this energy. In fact, one of the books and also one of the classes teaches you how to use crystals and gemstones to increase your healing ability, increase your charisma. You can also use gemstones for protection, and so on and so on. So when we get a chance, please look at the website, look at these books. It gives you an idea on how to harness this life force, this prana to improve every area of your life. Now, one thing about pranic healing is something like this. We want to make sure that it's not only special people can heal, because I remember Master Choa Kok Sui says everyone has the innate ability to heal. So Dr. Eric Robbins and myself wrote a book called Your Hands Can Heal You. So this book, Your Hands Can Heal You, is actually a book on Grandmaster Choa's teachings, specializing more in self-healing. And as you can tell from this screen, there are a lot of well-known people who have actually experienced pranic healing and or endorsed the book. Names like Deepak Chopra, you heard of people like Carolyn Mays, actors like Ted Danson. A lot of people have experienced it, and they were kind enough to show their support by having us have their names in our book. So that gives you a little background on the credibility of pranic healing, that it's not just the special spiritual elite that experience it. Everyday people can learn how to use these techniques. Now, with that in mind, we also want to make sure you understand that pranic healing is not meant to replace traditional medicine. If it was, my co-author wouldn't be a doctor. So Dr. Eric Robbins and myself, when we sat down and wrote this book, actually we thought about it. We go, a lot of people, when they go see a doctor, they go see a healer, they always think like this. They go, fix me. They show up, fix me. And you tell them, well, you need to do meditation, you need to do cleansing. They say, no, just fix me. And I think, a lot of people have to really take responsibility for their health. And that's one of the things that's nice about pranic healing is once you understand how energy works, you learn how to, cleanse yourself. When you're stressed out at work, you know how to prevent that stress from affecting the way you think, preventing you from making good decisions. There's simple energetic techniques you can do right away to be able to be more effective at work and be more loving and create a more harmonious home. So it can be used in every area of your life. All right? Now, one thing that I really like about pranic healing is my teacher always says, you have to practice intelligent evaluation. What does that mean? You're not obligated to believe what we share with you here or in the classes or in the books. What is required of you is to analyze, do the experiments, and you make your own conclusion. Okay? Actually, that's what kept me in the class. It's funny that when I took the class, I couldn't feel a single thing. But I started seeing, and I started practicing, and people start feeling better. In fact, one of the things that we do in class, and what you will do is that you'll get a partner, okay? As you will see in some of the videos we're going to show you. You get a partner, you try to feel their energy. If they have any back pain, headache, whatever, you will practice the techniques that are taught in, part of it in this video and part of it in the classes. As you work on them, you will notice that their pain is relieved, their discomfort is relieved. So even though at that time, even though I could not feel anything, by just doing the technique, my partner started improving. So I go, wow, I don't feel anything, but they improve. So the facts cannot be refuted. So that's the approach I want you to take, okay? So let's move on. Now, this energy, we use in pranic healing, we call prana in Sanskrit. In Chinese, it's called chi. That's why a lot of you practice Tai Chi, right? Chi is life force or energy in Chinese. In Japanese, it's called ki. Now, Reiki, a lot of you practice Reiki. It's a Japanese approach of using healing. Rei means universal. Ki is the life force or the energy. In fact, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between Reiki and pranic healing? We'll go through it a little more when we talk about the techniques. But I've had easily, I stopped counting, at least 1,000 Reiki masters come through our classes. We've been teaching since 1988, give or take, and we've had at least 1,000 Reiki masters come to my classes. And the nice thing about it is they see that pranic healing actually harmonizes and complements what they do in Reiki. So we have a lot of practitioners from all modalities, from massage therapy, Reiki, physical therapists, chiropractors, massage therapists, different people that actually learn pranic healing and incorporate in what they do. Okay? Now, in Japanese they call it ki, right? In the Hebrew tradition, we were told it's called ruach, or the breath of life. So essentially, when the body is sick, it's lacking in this life force or this divine breath that allows the body to heal itself. So in pranic healing, we'll go to it step by step on how to increase this healing force. So the question is, what makes pranic healing work? It's something like this. You see, most healing modalities, they call it an art, okay? What Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui did is he made sure that in order for it to be easily understood and practiced by the most number of people, it has to be first a science. What exactly does that mean? You see, a science, all the principles are clearly stated. Why does it work? The principles. And then after that, the mechanism of how it works. How does it tick? How does one go from being in pain to something better, to be feeling better or being relieved? What is the mechanism? What happens? What is the process? So you go from principle to mechanism and then into technique. What does it mean by technique? Techniques means you and I can actually use this simple step-by-step method or technique to go from point A to point B. So you have the principles, you have the mechanism, you have the actual technique. Do this, do that, step 1, step 2, step 3. And the nice thing about this? Applications. So you have principles, mechanism, techniques, and applications. Hey, if I can use it for back pain, well, is there a way to alter this technique a little bit? Can we use it for headaches? Can we use it for menstrual cramps? Can we use it for sinusitis? Can we use it for menstrual cramps? The funny part, when I first started, I was so skeptical, and my wife used to have menstrual cramps, really bad cramps, and I said, whoa, we help her back pain. I wonder if we can use this for menstrual cramps. So I talked to Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui. I said, teacher, that's great. The back pain, the broken bones have improved tremendously. She can walk. And now we have to deal with menstrual cramps. He goes, oh, no problem. This is the protocol, step by step, on how to use it for menstrual cramps. But here's the key. You have to apply the technique at least 4 to 5 days before the period comes. And he explained, you see, what happens is when a woman's having her period, energy is accumulating and coagulating in the lower chakras, in the navel and the sex chakra. So the protocol that you will be using during the period is to relieve that congestion, and they will feel better. But you have to keep repeating the technique because it's a natural tendency for the energy to coagulate. But if you do the technique 4 or 5 days before, you prevent the coagulation. So I said, okay, I don't feel a single thing, but hey, it helps her hip problem. Let's try it on her menstrual cramp. So I did it, I think, 2 months in a row. It's amazing. 4 or 5 days before I did it, by the time the period comes, she didn't have pain and she was surprised. So simple things like that, step-by-step protocol, you produce results. Now, so what is the principle that makes it work? There are two main principles. Number one, it's called the principle or the law of self-recovery. The body has the ability to heal itself. Now think about it. When you take a headache pill, Tylenol, ibuprofen, does it really heal your headache? No, it just numbs the heck out of it, right? So what happens is you take that pill, it anesthetizes your brain so you don't register the pain until the body heals itself. Now principle number two, or law of pranic healing number two, is even more interesting. In order for the body to heal itself, it consumes something. So principle number two, or the second law of pranic healing, is the principle or the law of life force or prana. When the body is healing itself, it consumes life force or energy. Now, do you notice that children have a tendency to heal a lot faster than the elderly? You have a child, they get cut, by afternoon, they're feeling better. I remember when our daughter was very small, she was like about 2 years old, she get a little cut. By evening, you look at it, it's a scab. But if you look at somebody in their 80s, they get cut, it could take a few days. Why? Because children have a tendency to have a lot more life force. Haven't you noticed children have a tendency to be very hyperactive? When was the last time you saw a hyperactive senior citizen? You don't. Very seldom, right? So the amount of life force a person has is actually the reservoir of fuel the body can use at any time to repair itself. So the question is, how do you put this to use? In order for this life force to be absorbed by the body, it is absorbed through a certain mechanism within the system. It is called your energetic anatomy. Now, it's something like this. If you want to be a medical doctor, you need to study the anatomy, right? Okay, now, in order to be a healer, it makes sense you need to know where you're aiming that energy. So in pranic healing, we're taught the energetic anatomy. Your energetic anatomy consists of 3 things. Number 1, the chakras. What are the chakras? The word chakra means wheel in Sanskrit. The question is why? When you have somebody look at someone's energy field, assuming their clairvoyant faculty is relatively advanced, they would see some like a cone coming out of the body and something spinning. Okay? That something that is spinning is called a chakra. So in Sanskrit, the word chakra means wheel because it spins. As it spins, it absorbs life force and releases dirty energy. Now, before we continue, in engineering, there's something that we were taught. It's called the right-hand rule. The right-hand rule. So what does the right-hand rule say? The right-hand rule says, if I have a piece of wire, you have a battery below and you have a light bulb on top. If you take your right hand, okay, your piece of wire, battery here, light bulb here. If you take your right hand, the direction of your thumb is the direction of the current, or where you want the current to flow. The fingers is the direction of the magnetic field. Now, some of you say, so what? Who cares? When you go see an acupuncturist, the way they twirl the needle is based on the right-hand rule. Okay, watch. Okay, let's say this is the body. They want to put energy into the body. They will twirl the needle clockwise. Look, like this, like that. When they want to take energy out of the body, they go counterclockwise. Okay, clockwise to put in, counterclockwise to take out. Now, this thing here, let's say this bottle, it has screw. The top is screwed in. If I want to take this cap off, look, the direction is like this, I go counterclockwise because that's where I want it to go. If I want it to go in, I go clockwise. Right hand rule. It's funny, when I went to the Midwest, I was teaching this right hand rule. I was so excited. Okay, do this, do that. Engineering. Somebody the race and they go, you make it so darn complicated. Here in the Midwest, we just call it righty tighty, lefty loosey. I want to tighten something, I go to the right. I want to loosen something, I go to the left. Think about it. When you use a screwdriver, guess what you're doing? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So the chakras spin based on the right hand rule because every acupuncture point is a chakra. See, you have 11 major chakras and hundreds of minor or mini ones. It's just like big generator, sub generator, sub small generator. Okay, so the major chakras spin in both directions. When you look at it, it spins clockwise when it's absorbing life force. It spins the other way when it's releasing. So when you read that, some people say, oh, the chakras only go in one direction. It's impossible. Could you keep inhaling for the next 50 years without exhaling? You can't. So the chakras actually go in both directions. Now, the interesting part is this. As these chakras spin clockwise and counterclockwise, as the energy comes in and out, it creates this bubble. That bubble is called the aura. So the aura, or what is called the bioplasmic body, bio is bio, plasmic, bio is life, plasmic is supposed to be the fourth state of matter, which is beyond gas. So this bioplasmic body is actually an energy body which is made of life force or prana. So as these chakras spin, it absorbs fresh energy, it releases byproducts. So the chakras are actually spinning independently. Now, what connects these chakras is what acupuncturists call the meridians. Okay, now a lot of people are used to the 7 chakra model. You'll notice in pranic healing we work with 11. The question is why? You see, in order to understand it, you have to first understand where did the 7 chakra model come from. It was brought to the West by a school called Theosophy. Theo means divine or God. Sophie or Sophia means wisdom, so divine wisdom. This divine wisdom is actually the name of a school, Theosophy, headed by a powerful woman called Madame Helena Blavatsky. One of her students is called Charles Ledbetter, a fantastic clairvoyant. When Charles Ledbetter looks at you, he could see your physical body, could see the chakras, could see the aura, could see the energy of your soul. If you had a dream 3 nights ago, he can tell you who's in the dream. He can tell you what is the past life connection with one look. It's amazing. Now, he wrote a book called The Chakras. When this chakra came to the West, you know, people don't read. They like nice pictures. So they look at the picture, 7 chakras. He goes in more detail. The problem is people don't read the fine print. In the back of the book, there's actually a note that says you have more than 7 chakras, but premature awakening is not safe. Okay? Now, here's the interesting part. You actually have 11 major chakras, major ones. Okay? So let's just go through it very quickly. Follow me. Touch your crown. Say crown center. Crown chakra. Okay, touch the forehead here. Say forehead. Here, say ajna, or what most people call the brow center. Throat. The heart. The soft spot, solar plexus. Touch your belly button. Say navel. Touch the left lower rib. Say spleen. Okay? Touch the pubic bone. Okay, that's sex center. Touch your tailbone. Say basic. Okay, behind the bell button directly. Say gate of life, or in the Chinese called Ming Men. That's the 11 major chakras. Now, this 11 major chakras branches out into smaller chakras. So, for example, in your hand, you have your elbow, your wrist, your palm. There are chakras or energy center there, connected by this energy channel. From there, it's also connected to the fingers and the joints in the fingers. So you have chakras everywhere. So your body literally are riddled with chakras or energy centers. It is because of these energy centers absorbing life force and releasing dirty energy or used up energy that the body can sustain itself. Okay? Now, you say, so what? You see, whether we like it or not, the body survives on life force. Life force or prana or chi, from where? From the food we eat, from the environment, from the sun, okay, from the ground, from other people. Haven't you noticed when you're with people with low energy, after being with them for 10-15 minutes, how do you feel? You feel drained and tired, because energy always goes from what? High to low. So this life force or energy is what sustains us. Now, the nice thing about understanding this is something like this. Disease first manifests on the energy field. As most of you know, whatever happens in your energy field is what ends up happening on the physical world or the physical body. Haven't you noticed sometimes you're feeling like a cold is coming on? You just feel a little strange and you don't do anything about it. What happens? It manifests as a cold or a flu. And when you do something, you take some echinacea, you take something to strengthen your immune system, you notice it fights it. You see, there's always the physical counterpart, and there's always the energetic counterpart. With our thoughts, our emotions, our breathing, how we move energy affects our energy body, our chakras. Then this plus what's happening in the physical world, the two work together to give you either good health or ailment or disease. Okay, now the question now is, what do? We know about the principles, we know about the mechanism. The question is, how do you fix things? Okay, let's make it simple. First, we'll talk about cleansing. Then we'll talk about energizing. These are the two main techniques in pranic healing, cleansing and energizing. If you have a cup of stale coffee, you're not going to keep pouring fresh coffee until the fresh coffee displaces the old coffee. What are you going to do? You're going to dump it out, and then afterwards you pour fresh coffee into it, right? So same thing in pranic healing. We don't just keep stuffing energy into the body. First we clean, remove the blockage, allow the energy to release, all the blockages release, then we put fresh life force. Okay, now what we'll do right now to make you experience it is something like this. First, let's practice scanning, okay? Scanning the energy. So put your hand like this, press and press. Try to feel the energy in between your hands, okay? Just do your best. Now, how do you do self-scanning? There's several ways to do it. You can scan it directly like this, or you can visualize. So why don't we practice self-scanning like this? So I'll sit in an angle so you can see. So I'm going to put my hand like this. Just like what you're feeling in between your hands, why don't you try to feel scanning your aura like this? Okay? Does it feel even and smooth? Okay, you keep going down to your hips, to your knees. Now, if you're very sensitive, you will notice that when you move your hands down, it actually does not feel even. Some areas stick out, some areas deep in. Okay? Now, let's check our backs. Now, the question is, how do you reach all the way back? You don't. You see, there's a saying, energy follows where you put your attention to. So if you want to feel the energy on your back, just imagine that you're looking at your own back, right? So imagine you're looking at your own back, then raise your hands, just form the intention, I want to feel the energy on my back. So you put your hand like this, ready? You just imagine that you're looking at your own back, then just slide your hand down slowly. Okay, we'll guide you through it. Okay, the energy of your head, the back of your head, your neck, the back, shoulder blade, your mid back, ooh, something there. The mid back, lower back, the tailbone. You just keep going down, down, down to the back of your knees. Now, or you can just slide your hand downwards. Don't you notice it doesn't feel even and smooth? That's exactly the point. Unless you do regular meditation, you receive healing on a regular basis, you do some energetic technique to balance out your chakras and your aura. Most people, the aura is not balanced. So think about it. If these chakras are not balanced, some are sticking out, some are dipping in, that means the amount of energy your body is receiving is not even. So your body is not in harmony. Okay? Now, so the question is, what do you do? So in pranic healing, we do self-cleansing. We also use this technique to heal other people. So before we cover more material, why don't we practice self-cleansing? In order to do that, you have one of two choices. The best one is to have a bucket or a bowl of salt and water. As you will see here, when we do healing, we always have a bucket of salt water, white salt water. Water absorbs the energy, salt breaks it down. If you're Catholic, you notice the priest uses holy water. Guess what holy water is? Holy water is essentially water, salt put together, and the priest's prayer on top of it. That makes holy water. It takes the raw material of salt and water, which is inherent cleansing effect. So when we have salt water, when we do healing, that's where we throw the dirty energy into. Now, some of you will say, dirty energy. I was taught in Reiki and other modalities, there's no such thing as dirty energy. Let's talk about it. It's something like this. You see, no matter how clean the air you breathe in, you will have to exhale carbon dioxide, right? No matter how clean the water you drink, you'll have to urinate. No matter how clean, how organic the food you eat, you still go toilet. In other words, there's always a byproduct when you consume any form of fuel. So when your chakras absorb fresh life force, guess what? It will have to go the other way to release the byproducts after the body uses it. Now imagine, you eat, but you don't go toilet. What happens? Big problem, right? So the chakras also absorb life force. If the dirty energy or used up energy is not expelled, it builds up as a blockage. And when you do healing on other people, when you touch it, guess what? It's absorbed. That's why a lot of people, even though they don't believe in so-called dirty energy, as they keep working on more and more people, they start feeling, oh, shoulder pain, back pain, headache. They start having the stuff of the other person, right? So in pranic healing, what we do is this: we acknowledge, hey, initially, whether you like it or not, there's fresh energy and there's used up energy. And every time we work with other people, when we come in contact with it, if we don't know how to clean ourselves, we absorb it. So that's why in pranic healing we have what is called energy hygiene. Okay? So when we do this self-healing right now, we're going to do to ourselves, have a bucket of salt water, or if you don't have it, you can visualize a green fire. Why green? And if you eat sushi, what do you mix with your soy sauce? Wasabi, right? It's green. And if you use sandalwood or sage to clean your room, that also radiates green energy. In fact, when you light sandalwood against a white wall, turn the lights down, your children, when they look at the smoke, someone will see a green haze, because it is the green energy in the sandalwood and the sage that cleanses a room. It is the green energy from the wasabi that cleanses the negative energy or some of the dirty energy from the raw fish. When you eat, your throat, solar plexus, and your navel produce a lot of green energy to break down the food. So green has cleansing by breaking down any blockages or dirty energy. So visualize a green fire. As we do this self-healing, you throw it in the green fire or the salt water. Okay, you ready? So before we do this, why don't you just bend, stretch to see how loose or how tight your body is before we do the self-cleansing. All right? Now, so here's what we do. Cup your hand like this. We're going to do self-cleansing. All right? You just imagine you have a big glob of white light. So we're going to just make it very simple because most of you are new. We're going to do self-cleansing in the front, the sides, and the back. And then we'll check to see what happens. All right? Put your hand like this. Imagine you have white light gloves. Okay? You start from the top of the head. Start sweeping down slowly. Imagine your hands are scraping mud or grayish clouds out of your head. Down your face. Good. Now stop up your neck. Stop at your neck. A lot of people store stress and worry on the neck area. Just imagine removing all these grayish clouds. The chest area, down the navel, down the pubic bone area, down the knees. Keep going. Down the feet. Okay. Now don't throw it yet. Keep it in your hand. So you went all the way down, right? Now keep it in your hand like this. If you're sensitive, you might feel a slight heaviness in your hand. All right, now dump it into the fire or into the salt water. Just like that. Okay, now left side. Do the same thing. Now the jaw, clean the blockages off the jaw, the chest. Left side, down, all the way down. Just take your time. It's like an energetic squeegee. Just go like this. Scrape it down, all the way down. Dump it. Right side. Do the same thing. Okay. Take your time. Scrape it down, all the way down. Throw it. Okay. Now, what do you do with your hands? You notice it's a little heavy. So what we do in pranic healing, we take a sprayer that has an astringent with lavender oil to break it up. So you just spray like this, like that, and then we rub it together. Some people, what they do is after this, they go wash it with salt water. Okay. Now, since we're doing introductory class, you can do it after we finish. Or if you have a sprayer, you can just have some rubbing alcohol or some witch hazel, something that is an astringent to wash your hands. It'll break it up. Okay? Now, let's clean our backs. The way you do it is like this. You visualize you're looking at your own back. All right? You visualize you're looking at your own back. You remember earlier when we were trying to feel it, it has a lot of blockages. It's not even. So visualize your white light. Start on the top of your head. Okay? So you start scooping the back of your head. Imagine scooping mud. Good. Next, start cleaning the back of your neck. A lot of people store stress in the back of the neck. You heard of pain in the neck before? That's when people project negative thoughts at you. It usually ends up the back. That's why you say, oh man, it's tight. So you clean. Imagine scooping it out with your hands made of light. Scoop it out. Your shoulders, your mid-back. A lot of people store a lot of stuff in the mid-back. So dig. Clean it off. Down your lower back. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Down, 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 down. Dump into the fire or the salt water. Good throw. Oh, I forgot to tell you. You cannot over clean. Let's do it again. Okay, the back of your head, the back of your neck. Down, down, mid-back, all the way down the feet. Throw it. Okay, left side. Clean the back of your neck. Left shoulder blade. Good, all the way down. Left kidney, left hip, all the way down the feet. Just visualize, you're doing great. Throw it in the fire or the salt water. Left side, we go right side. Okay, clean. Right side, right shoulder, liver, kidney, hip, all the way down the feet. Throw it in the fire. Oh, we can over clean, right? Let's do the back again. A lot of you, before we started, had shoulder pain or lower back pain or whatever. So let's just do it again. You cannot over clean. So let's do it again. Okay, the spine. Go ahead and clean the spine. Imagine that you have your white light is clean. Any kind of block, any kind of pain energy, just scrape it off. Just humor me. Just go for it. Okay? The area that you had pain earlier, sweep it off. Scoop, 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 all the way down. Dump it in the fire. Okay? You can wash your hands. Now, the ones who don't have anything to wash your hands with, you can go like this. You can imagine, actually, the easiest way, let me think. You can chant Om. You can go like this. Om, Om, or you can clap. That disintegrates the dirty energy. That's like a temporary fix. When you get a chance, get some astringent to wash your hands, or you wash it with salt water in the sink. Okay, now, we just did front and back cleansing, right? I know it was a little fast, but at least you get the idea. Why don't you get up and do some stretching? Why don't you check? Because for me, my back feels looser. The question is why? Because what you call back pain usually starts as a blocked energy, either from negative emotion, from sitting not too well, it could be a myriad of things. So when the blockage is removed, the energy starts to flow. When the energy starts to flow, guess what? A lot of you feel lighter. When you go see a chiropractor, they know about this. They know about the life force moving up your spine, so when they do this adjustment, whatever, energy flows better. When you go to a massage therapist, there are blockages which causes discomfort. So when they physically manipulate and massage it, you feel better. So pranic healing uses the energy approach. It cleanses the energy. After the energy is flowing, most people, they feel their back adjusting, they feel the muscles relaxing. So could you imagine if you're a chiropractor, you're a massage therapist, you're a physical therapist, and you're also using pranic healing, your clients, your patients will feel very good and heal very quickly. Okay? Now, how do you energize? You see, in energizing, there are many ways to do it. In this introductory class, we'll just do a quick technique on how to use and harness energy. And then in the full class, we'll go to it in depth. Okay? Now follow me. Let's have you feel energy. Follow me. Press. And press. Okay? Open your palm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay? Pull the energy into your body. Raise your hand. Project light. So the energy is coming in one hand, the energy is projecting out the other hand. You don't have to try so hard, just let it flow. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just breathe in and breathe out slowly. If you're sensitive, you feel the energy flowing through. So just take your time. So one is to receive, one is to project. Okay, great. Can you feel the energy flowing through? So in pranic healing, we use this technique to aim it at different parts of the body to feed it life force. Okay, good. So that's energizing. Now, in the more advanced classes, we also taught how to pull energy out of the crown. So when you focus on the crown, tremendous amount of energy come through, you project it outwards. That's actually the technique used by spiritual healers. Okay? So that gives you a little background on how we do healing in pranic healing. Those are just some of the fundamentals. Now, just as we mentioned earlier, in pranic healing we use what is called the cookbook approach. So some of the techniques that use, for example, somebody has gastrointestinal issues. So in gastrointestinal system, there are several chakras that are involved. You have the front solar plexus, the back solar plexus, the navel, the basic, okay, and the affected area. So when 100 people come in with gastrointestinal system problem in the next 2-3 years, guess what? You use the same recipe. Step 1, step 2, step 3, work on these chakras. Somebody comes in with anxiety or emotional disorder or stress. The chakras that message or notice that have the stress energy and the anger are, guess what? Front solar plexus, back solar plexus, front heart, back heart, crown, ajna, and throat. So if 100 people come in with same problem, even though I could not feel anything, I just followed step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, so that's what is called the cookbook approach. Now in migraine headache, for example, same thing. You have this set of chakras that are malfunctioning. You just follow the technique, work on this one, this one, this one, this one. That's it. Pranic healing is actually extremely simple, and it goes through, it takes the student step by step, so anybody, even though they're not that sensitive, could heal. Now, as we mentioned before, healing hygiene is very, very important. You have a good heart, you want to help other people, but you don't want to take on the stuff and you don't want to drain yourself. So one of the important things that we cover in pranic healing, in the energy hygiene, is not how to take your patient or a client home with you. In other words, you do not want to absorb their stuff and you do not want to get drained by them. So we cover that in depth in pranic healing. We also talk about how to recharge your body so that even when you do work on a lot of people, the more you heal them, the stronger you get. That's part of energy hygiene. And in pranic healing, we also talk about what do you call it? Step-by-step cookbook on a myriad of different ailments. Just to name some of them, asthma, sinusitis, arthritis. Well, we talk about how to work on anxiety, anger, how to work on migraines, urinary tract infections. These are the things that anybody using pranic healing can help alleviate or relieve. See, the nice thing about this is it's completely safe, it's drug-free, you know, and energy is everywhere. You can basically harness that energy to heal someone. And as you give the body energy, the body knows how to heal itself. Very simple, okay? Now, as mentioned before, we do not contradict medicine. We do not, replace it. So, as they're going through their medical treatment, you use energy to speed up the process. You know, it's funny, we have a lot of parents, especially mothers, that use pranic healing. And one thing they notice is something like this. The child has a cold, a flu, a certain issue. They make the appointment to see the doctor. Let's say the appointment is 3 days from now. They have to wait, right? Instead of waiting and seeing the child suffer, they do healing. We have one woman, she told me once a year she has a high deductible. So every year she has to spend about $1,000 just on deductibles for her children. You know, after she learned pranic healing, while she made the appointment, she's waiting. By the time the appointment comes, the kid is well. So she ended up canceling the appointment. So she told me after she took pranic healing, instead of $1,000 a year that she spends on her children for coughs, cold, and little stuff, because she's doing healing, she's been able to bring it down to 1/3. Because a lot of times the child feels better, and then, you know, they don't, you know, it's a minor cough, minor cold, and the child's better already. They end up not going to the appointment, so not paying the deductible. Not bad. So these are the things that you can use right away. And the nice thing about this, you can use it anytime. All right. Now, one of the things that we also cover in the first class is distant healing. You know, I remember the first time I took this class, it was the most far out thing in the world. Distant healing. How could there be such a thing? So I called my mom. I said, Mom, I know you have indigestion. Whenever you have indigestion, give me a call. I want to test this distant healing. It's too far out for me. How could something like that work? So one day I got this phone call. She said, oh, son, you know, I'm feeling this thing. It's not going down. I feel a heaviness, can't breathe, blah, 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 so on, so on. You know, all stuffed up. I said, okay, I'll tell you what, Mom. I'll keep you on the phone. I'll do healing. See, at that time, it's hard for me to believe that energy could work without being physically in front of you. So I thought, maybe I'll send it through the phone. So I did the technique in the class that I learned in class. So I started working on her. Mom, do you feel anything? Nope. Keep going. Mom, do you feel anything? Nope. I kept going. I said, man, this is not working. So I was doubting the how as I was doing it. As I kept going, she goes, brr. She started belching. And I was going, whoa, what happened, Mom? She goes, I don't know what you did, son, but it felt like a toilet flushing. And that's exactly what happens. When you do healing, the body has more energy to break down the food. It feels like a toilet going down. And I was like, oh, this thing works. So in distant healing, you actually learn how to help people who are not physically in front of you. And the principle behind it is very, very simple. We are all energetically connected. You just need to learn how to use the technique to help someone who's not physically in front of you. Can you think of some of your friends and loved ones who could really use some help and they're not in front of you? Even in the first level class, we teach you how to do that already. Okay? So that gives you a little background on how to use pranic healing. Then, of course, we have the more advanced classes where you use color. And then we also talk about how to use energy in pranic psychotherapy to alleviate and help people with, phobic issues like fear of heights, fear of public speaking, and so on and so on. These are all energies within the chakras. Okay? Now, from there we also do meditation. So before we finish tonight, we'll talk about how to use certain meditations to flush out the stress. Now, in this website, we also have a free meditation you can click on and experience the healing. Okay? Experience the inner peace and so on and so on. So, the meditation Twin Hearts is something that we all practice. It's very simple. You stimulate the heart, you stimulate the crown, bring that tremendous amount of spiritual energy flowing through you to flush out all the stress, all the negative energy, and so on and so on. So we'll just do a short one right now, maybe a 5-minute one, to just let you feel the energy flowing through. Okay? So, before we start, just sit straight. Take your left hand, tap the center of your chest. Take your right hand, tap your crown. Now put your hand like this. Focus on your heart. Imagine pink light from your heart flowing out of your hands, and then just think of somebody you love. Okay? Flood them with beautiful pink light. Now, before we start, let's just ask for blessings. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, we thank you for the blessings. To my teacher, Master Chokok Sui, Mahaguji Meiling. To all the spiritual elders, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, to all the spiritual helpers, thank you for your help and blessings. Amen. Okay? So visualize somebody you love. Project beautiful pink light to them from your heart. Just say, from my heart to yours, I shower you with love, with sweetness and affection. Allow your heart to bloom and open. Feel that loving energy flow out of your hands to this person. Good. Can you feel the calmness and the sweetness flowing through? Okay, good. Now we'll share this loving energy not just with one person, but the entire earth. So focus on your heart and your hands. Visualize the earth in front of you, just like a little ball. Flooded with pink light. And just silently use the prayer of St. Francis. You can just follow me. Lord, or whoever you pray to, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred in the world, let me sow love. So shower the earth with peace, with love. Bless the people in your family, in your home, the people you work with. Bless the places on the earth that are having conflicts, like the Middle East. Let there be peace, let there be love. And the next part of the prayer says, where there is injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Bless the people who have hurt you with peace, with love and forgiveness. Bless the Middle East and different parts of the world that are having conflicts with peace, with love, with forgiveness, and the spirit of reconciliation. Say, so be it. Where there's doubt, faith, despair, hope. Think of so many people you know going through difficult times. Bless them with hope and faith and a better life. As we always say, with God, all is possible. Where there's darkness, light, sadness, joy. Just flood the earth with tremendous light, love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and faith, with light and lots of joy. Say, so be it. Good. Now, be aware of your crown, top of your head. Imagine golden light is flowing down, down out of your hands to the earth. Flood the earth with golden light. Flood your family, your work, your city, the country, the entire earth with golden light. Just silently say, from the heart of all loving God, through my entire being, through my hands, let every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness, with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Blessings be to all. Just flood the earth with golden light. Lots of golden light. Can you feel the energy flowing? Just let it flow through you. Now, be aware of both the heart and the crown. Feel the loving energy flow down from your crown and your heart in the form of golden light just pouring out of your hands to the entire earth. Just repeat after me. From the heart of all loving, all compassionate God, through my crown and through my heart, through my hands, let every person, every being on earth, without exception, be blessed with love and kindness, with sweetness and with tenderness, with inner healing, with inner peace, with goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. Feel the divine blessings flow through us. We're just instruments. Bless your family, your friends, your city, your country, the entire earth with God's loving energy. Just say, blessings be to all. Just let it flow through your body, through your hands, to the entire earth. If you're sensitive, some of you could feel a vibration, like a current flowing through. Just let it flow. Just say, so be it. So be it. Good. Now, put your hands down. Just keep your eyes closed. Imagine on top of your head is a beautiful golden flame. It's the most beautiful golden flame you've ever seen. It's sitting on top of your head. Just look at the golden flame. Meditate on that golden flame. Just be still. Feel the loving energy from your heart gently moving up, 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 up to your crown and into the flame. The flame is getting brighter and brighter, bigger and bigger. Just look at that golden flame. Good. Now, just look at that golden flame. Meditate on the silence and the golden flame. Just be still, be aware, and let go. Just look at the golden flame. Just be still and be aware. The golden flame is getting brighter and brighter. It's so bright. Meditate on the brightness in the golden flame and be still. Your body is dissolving into the golden light. Allow yourself to let go and swim in the golden light now. Let go. So be it. Just let go. Just be still. The divine energy is coming down your crown chakra is being cleansed, your forehead chakra is being cleansed, your ajna chakra, your back head chakras are being cleansed, your throat chakra is being cleansed, your front and back heart chakras are being cleansed, your front and back solar plexus chakras are being cleansed, your liver and spleen chakras are being cleansed. Your navel, your Mingmen or gate of life chakras are being cleansed. Your sex chakras is being cleansed. Your basic chakras are being cleansed. Your entire body is like a hollow tube or hollow bottle. Liquid divine light is purifying your brain, your eyes, your throat, your chest, your heart, your lungs, your stomach, your intestines, your liver, spleen are being cleansed. Your gallbladder is being cleansed, your bladder is being cleansed, your reproductive organs are being cleansed, your blood, your bones, your bone marrow are being cleansed by the liquid divine light. All your chakras are being cleansed, all your channels are being cleansed. The divine energy is pouring down to your entire body, down, 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 bringing all the impurities down, 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 deep into the earth to be neutralized. Just be receptive. All your chakras are being cleansed, all your subtle bodies are being cleansed. You're flooded with peace, joy, and happiness. So be it. Just be still. Enjoy the stillness and the peace. Okay, now slowly come back, slowly open your eyes. How was it? I hope it was a good experience. Okay, that was just a very short version of the meditation Twin Hearts, and that's part of what we do in Pranic Healing, to use energy to have inner peace, to cleanse your aura and your chakras, to have more energy. Now, just to give you an idea of the effect of that simple meditation. You ready? Shake your hands. Okay, follow me. Tap your crown. Okay, press the center of your palm. You ready? Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Raise your hand like this. Focus on the crown and your hands. Now project beautiful light out of your hands. Brilliant light. Can you feel the energy flowing? Good. Brighter. Come on, make it brighter. That's what happens when you meditate. So much energy comes down. Now just imagine these saints, these natural born healers, these powerful spiritual healers, their spiritual connection is so strong, the crown is so big, so much energy flows through. That's how they produce miracles. So when you take Pranic Healing, you're able to learn these techniques in depth, and more importantly, you will practice it on each other. So in the class, we go through in-depth explanation of each of the techniques. We go through step-by-step practice. You know, if you think you learned something in this, 45 minutes in class, 2 full days, we go through it in depth. You know, we talk more into the different, deeper teachings. You know, what is a chakra? How does it work? The energy bodies. Each of the techniques we practice over and over again. So by the time you walk out of the class, you feel confident, hey, I can do this. And the nice thing about this, we have online classes that help reinforce what you have learned. We also have the books that you can study. All these things are here so you can increase your ability to heal and help people. Okay? So I hope in this short time we're together, you're able to learn, you know, what is Pranic Healing. You learn about all the techniques that can help improve your life, boost your energy, okay? Prevent people from draining your life force. What else? Learn how to help yourself, do self-healing, how to help other people. All these things, we gave you a little bit of information and you're able to practice it. So what you can do, when you take the full class, we'll go through it in depth so you'll be able to learn it and make it yours. All right? So thank you very much for joining us. You know, stay tuned. We're going to have more videos and classes online, but sign up for the classes as soon as you can so you can, you know, have your training that you need so you can start helping yourself and help other people. All right? Thank you very much again for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Namaste. Bye.